In this video, I will go over exactly why I think people don't believe in me, people don't understand what I'm talking about, and why my messages aren't getting through to you people. You have to really look at the fine print. You have to look in between the lines, and you have to think outside the box. This basically is a CSI investigation, to the point where it's like I'm Sherlock Holmes. If you really looked at all the details, who would be hunting someone like me? Now, let me read this to you. This is a pretty interesting thing I wrote. It's a form of optimism bias in your thoughts and behaviors being conditioned and primed to think and feel a certain way, like being programmed to react, think, and feel to what you experience, hear, and see. You think what I talk about can't be real because you're basically built to think it sounds like a movie, and that it's just impossible. That aliens and demons are real, that I'm Jesus Christ, and that there's a they after me. You think this is impossible because the life you lived. Like, all the movies you guys have watched train you to think that what I'm saying can't be real. There's so many. It's like programming someone. If someone talks about they have to be crazy. If someone says they're Jesus, they have to be crazy. And not even that, even with the religious people who think, well, if he talks about being Jesus, he must be a false messiah or a false prophet or this and that. It's like, yeah, but how do you know? What from the real one? There's other people probably going around saying they're Jesus too. But I'm the one that's actually real. You wouldn't even want to see like that. I can prove to you you're brainwashed. You wouldn't even ask for evidence. You wouldn't want to talk to the guy who says he's Jesus Christ. You wouldn't want to talk to the guy who says he's being hunted by like real government agents. And now let's look at my Facebook. Don't you think it's a little suspicious that the guy being hunted by the government and tops of the government, I should say, just the top of it, is the guy talking about religion? Is the guy talking about um hold on. Like here, I'm trying to warn people that the end times are real, and that let's take a look at the it's saying the end times are real is not what I do, but I'm told you I'm being hunted for what I'm talking about, and now I'm allowed to message people on Facebook. Before I wasn't. And does this happen to anyone, or just these stay like this, or say like no one can get my messages? I've proved to you all before that there's someone after me, and I told you I know who it is. I don't know how to reach out to you all. Well, that what I'm saying is real. If you look at what I'm talking about, if you look at my picture, you understand why the top of the car might be after me. And this is what they put on my page the other day. I told you, that's not me. This guy has a real page that's been going on. And he happens to put JC Chavert on me with a girl that says the infiltrator. Like I told you, they copy me. They want me to think that they're infiltrators. Take a look at this. Hey, how are you this fine evening? Thumbs up. Do you believe in God? Yeah, why? Please do not go into denial, but believe it or not, I am Jesus Christ. LMFAO. I assume that someone would laugh at that if they were human. You've all been blinded and programmed, and I know it sounds crazy, blinded and programmed. Trust me, I can prove to you that this stuff's real. Dude, you're not me, huh? What do you mean? You're not Jesus Christ, you're not undercover. Dude, you're not me. That's his response twice. I can prove every word I say. Yeah, I know it's you, Lucifer. Why would you think you're me? Many will come in my name. I do not wish to fight. But what in this world makes you think you're me? You don't have a clue, do you? That's what you're here echoing in your head. There's only one that could connect with the whole world. Like this, see how mysterious this is? What do you mean? Now get off my page. That's their answer? That's honestly how I view you humans too. Like, I'm asking questions and trying to talk, and it just seems like he just says whatever. He just dodges the questions, he diverts, and and ignores me at the same time as talking to me, and then likes what I say. There's only one that connected the whole world. Where in the Bible does it say that? I'm asking you for proof. I would not get mad at someone for that. And then this person, let's see who this is. Oh, it's not just message. That's not too suspicious though. That's normal. See how this isn't normal, and that is 2 messages. Oh, 1, I guess. Maybe in video chat. That's what I would think from a polite human. Is, all right, you think you're Jesus, and I know I am. Let's talk. Let's have a polite debate and a civilized discussion. Where, same thing on YouTube, where I told people they can call me. You don't, like, I mean, there's so much evidence that people after me. Now watch this. Now this was, believe it or not, watch this. Who's this? This is where I used to live. And if you see my other channels, you know my body's name is Hayden Lonsdale. All of a sudden, what is this? Is that a little girl? Like I told you, they want me to be a little girl. And then I see this. With a peace sign. Like they want me to think they're aliens? Is that normal? I don't think so. With everything else that's going on, do you really think that's normal? And they want me to think that Jesus is Satan and Satan is Jesus? Watch this. And look at this guy, Lucifer Darkspeed. You're failing your main command, and that's infiltration. Hello, Lucifer. How do you expect to infiltrate this planet if you're going around Facebook telling everyone who and what you are? How's your day today? Like this. They're trying to pretend to be me, on my page, JC Lou Rare, this guy saying and infiltrating the planet. And this is another, I'll call them alien infiltrators. You're not the only Jesus Christ I've come across. I'm a spy and alien infiltrator. Now, again, they're trying to make me think that they're Jesus, and that they're other versions of me, and that I have to be a girl. Sometimes they send me signs and messages of being like a dog. All sorts of crazy stuff that I've proven in my videos before, but now they're after me online too, after I started videotaping them. So, you just have to kind of believe me. Why wouldn't you just step outside the box? Now let's, I mean, hold on. This, Jesus is Satan, Satan is Jesus. What are the odds that the first couple people I talked to happen to be saying that? Stealing my name, putting girls with red hair all over the place. They even put, you should see all the girls with red hair that were starting to be in ads that I got in movies and TV shows that, well, like ads for stuff like that. All of a sudden, like I told you, they're after me online now. Look at that. Pretty crazy. I mean, if that's a coincidence, that'd be a pretty crazy one. She said she knows Jesus and she loves him. No. Did she just say she's Jesus? I mean, I told you. Believe it. They actually just admitted on camera, or should I say, not admitted, that they're pretending to be me. So that's not a paid actor. That's an actual real demon. And it seems to me, no matter what you want to think about me and my abilities, she said she knows Jesus, and then she says that's who I am. That's why I can do this. Because we got into a skerfuffle over some license plates, where I took a picture of a license plate, and if you see my other videos about, there was a bunch of license plates around the area that said JC on it, so I was just taking a picture of a couple of them, and immediately a lady came up to me and had a problem about it. When it's, I mean, she wasn't even really looking near the area, she was kind of looking for a problem, and then she does this, so it's one of them. It's one of the people. Aliens are systematically gaining control of the Earth by masquerading as humans and lulling the public into submission. Humanity's last chance lies with a lone drifter who stumbles upon a harrowing discovery. Now, does this look familiar to anyone? Do you understand why the top of the government might be after me? And that they're using the people that they know walk amongst them, and us too, to do it? Pretending to be Jesus? They're pretending to be me right in front of me. Optimism bias. Told you, this is why, and I have much more evidence than that. That's like, I have to go really quick with this because eventually people just think I'm crazy. Your brain has a built-in optimism bias. What that means is it's like a variant or a form of or a branch off of an optimism bias, why no one will believe in me. You guys are all programmed and like dumbed down and distracted, which is exactly what the movie They Live is about. And everyone is like that too in V for Vendetta. Like, well, what you say can't be real. It's like, what do you mean? How? It's like, you've never seen any of my videos? Have you seen my 1 hour and 17-minute long video? I can prove what I'm saying is real. I just need to get through your conditioning. Because it's like you will have, I swear to you, you will have pre-programmed responses where your thoughts will just be, well, that can't be real, or I don't know, or that's probably not real, or well, I don't know, you'll just start making excuses. You won't actually accept what I'm saying is real because it's you can't accept that it's real. It's like a form of denial. That's what you guys are all in. It's a form of denial that I'm real, and that this is all real. Well, you're trained to think sci-fi isn't real, and that anyone who talks about being Jesus Christ must be insane. But what if I told you it makes more than enough sense that tops of the government and power would interconnect and work together with each other against the public, and that there's no reason that evil humans wouldn't just be in it for power and wealth and eventually just want to make war for fun if it would help them make money and hurt their civilians. And this makes all the more sense when you think about the devil. Satan, Lucifer, the dragon, the serpent, lizard people, the Antichrist, all the same person. Has incentive to make the humans evil, wealthy, pray to Satan to make them sin, because the devil thinks God will torture them and they want to bring everyone down with them, predicting I'll be back to save everyone. There is so much evidence for what I am saying, not just the fact that humans are dumbed down, distracted, programmed, and basically brainwashed, but also that there is incentive for even the more normal parts of the government to cash in on this. Satan, the top of the Illuminati, wants all humans distracted and sinning. They have been infiltrating human culture and societies to change human behavior and subvert humans to being satanic for a long time now. What I mean by satanic is that they want humans forgetting about God, what sin is, the Ten Commandments, and religion as a whole. They want TV, movies, entertainment, and life itself filled with sex, violence, swears, negative and bad and unhealthy behaviors, so a monkey see, monkey do attitude is applied, and humans will start to be raised in such a filth pit that they will accept it as normal, and it'll be called Western freedom. It'll just be called normal. It'll be normalized. It's not normal. What about the 50s? Imagine someone from the 50s seeing TV now. Someone from the 1800s would think the devil was in charge, because they are. I mean, has everyone forgotten about that? That someone from the 1800s, someone from even the early 1900s would literally, it's like they might literally think the devil is in charge. They might think, what are you guys all like possessed by the devil or something? Why are you guys watching this? Why are you guys reading this? Why are you guys like this? But now it's just normal because it's human freedom. Accept it. That's what they want to do. They want to spoon feed society. They can't just make humans change. They have to do it generation by generation by generation by generation. And slowly everyone will just forget about God. I mean, even the people who go to church just kind of like do it just to do it. A lot of them, not every single one. Of course, there's people out there that love God, but they don't like that. The Illuminati, in all parts of society, they control and can influence on a whim. Like, they want to influence so that humans will do it on their own. That humans are basically working for Satan in the sense that anyone who sees what I'm talking about, you don't know anything that I know about. And even I would need someone who's like a conspiracy theorist, a person who's into history and religion and psychology all at the same time to understand me. They control more than you will ever know. They know that God is real and not only are evil, they want to subvert, change and influence is subvert humanity to make everyone sinful. And when I say sinful, I mean angry, violent, greedy, sexual, and hoping that God, if they lose, which they will take everyone else down with them. And they also think that homosexuality and transgender is a sin. So that's why they, out of all people, would want to make me into a girl. And they're also pedophiles, so they want to make me into a little girl and demean me and sexualize me and torture me. I think that God will give up on me and all sorts of crazy stuff. That's why the world is going more left. That would be a normal inclination for humans to go to anyways, at least a little bit, but it's being taken over by actual real Satanists who don't know what Satan is about. And Satan knows what Satan is about. And a lot of people that push for far left politics don't know that at the top, it's just to make people sin and to turn the world into a new world order and a one world government. A Agenda 21. It's a Trojan horse. Western freedom is basically a Trojan horse when you look at it from the perspective of the top. The Illuminati is more than real. The evidence is right in our eyes, right in everyone's face. Why would all the people do this? You think that's just natural? There's so many pictures, it's almost like every single celebrity, not literally, is doing all this. And there's more. There's so much more. The conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in a democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice. Does this not sound like what Edward Bernays was talking about? Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. So, this is JFK. I mean, maybe that's why he was shot. There's been presidents warning about stuff like this for a long time. And now everyone's just dumbed down and distracted. No one cares. You're basically trained to think that what I say can't be true. These aliens are not aliens. War of the Worlds will be angels in comparison to what the devil is doing to humanity. They want a slave race. You have to understand their goals and their mindset to understand why they would even do this. Masquerade as humans. They want to be able to control, like, who vote. Think about it, if they're masquerading as humans, they get to control votes, take up space. I promise I can prove that what may look like humans getting more advanced and having more human rights has been influenced by the tops of the government and the Illuminati to make humans sin, forget God, and live mentally unstable lifestyles, all while most of the world is in pain and they get richer and richer. So they have humans that are even accidentally working for them because they just are ignorant and don't know any better and are just taking orders from someone they don't know is an actual real demon. America itself was actually founded by these people, and think about it. The devil, the dragon, the lizard people, the Illuminati, they're all the same thing. Serpents and dragons are reptilian. Not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people understand. They're trying to take over the church because they know I'm real. That's why there's so many pedophiles. Because they're on the far left, but they're not on the far left. They're on the far right, the far left, the left, the right, the up, the down. They're against everyone. So they're pretending to be everyone. How can you connect all these? The church, Satan, and the left. Like I told you, they want everyone forgetting about God. And let's look up who believes in God the most. And obviously, some people on the left, just not as much as the right, are into religion. And I'm not saying people on the left are bad. I'm saying they're being led astray. They're being manipulated against. They want to fight racism by getting rid of police. They want to, and I can explain how Satan basically, if they're masquerading as humans, they want black people to be scared just to even look around at white people. They want white people to be scared of looking around at black people. They want Asians to not even want to go outside their house because of Asian hate. All those issues are real. Black people are really targeted against, and so aren't Asians, but Satan wants everyone scared of something. Satan wants you scared of going outside. They feed off of fear. They're energy demons. They feed off of pain. By keeping them in a constant state of fear and hate, the Archons are able to feed off of negative energy that is given off. In fact, they're sociopaths. They're just psychopaths. That's like a psychopath saying like, I need humans to feed. If a human said that, you'd think they're insane. The Nephilim? Let's go with the Nephilim are. Now see this? Why would they all happen to do this? Is it like a fad? Or is there something bigger going on? Pretty crazy, right? If you really, really think about it and just stop your optimism bias and just think, why would all these people do this? It doesn't really make sense why people would do that. All of them. It's like, even if they don't know each other, they all been contacted by someone who they're working for. And they all probably look around and think they're all in a giant gang and they're gonna be okay. I'm going to make more videos until someone can understand what's going on. This is literally like less than 10% of all the evidence I have. I would say even less. People dyeing their hair red around me, the incentive to do that. Why would they do it? Because of sin. Why would they be after me? Because I talk with the government. I talk about being Jesus. And they know I'm Jesus. That's why they're after me so much. So, they think they can make God give up on me. They think they can silence me. They've sent me so many subliminal messages and targeted me online so many different ways. Hold on. I noticed them always putting dog books near the Jesus books and putting dog diapers near the Jesus books to try and intimidate me and scare me into submission into not talking. Um, Lots of really, really crazy, kooky stuff they would do. Rearranging all the books in strange ways where they would put all these, like, stuff that only I would see that if I talked about would make me look a little schizophrenic or something. All stuff to do with red hair. And then stuff like books like that rearranged differently. I talk about koalas a lot. They put the koala book all different. They did that so that I would think that they're just E.T. with a movie about like a girl. They would do all sorts of crazy, crazy stuff. Always standing like that. I mean, that one's less. That one can have that. That one's a little more normal. But it's to the point where I noticed them doing it more and more, where it wasn't happening before. And believe it or not, they're trying to sexually traumatize me or something and make me sin because they think that I'm exactly the way I was last time, and and those stories got misinterpreted. I wouldn't hurt someone, burn them just because they look at a woman. I'm a lot better than that. They want me to think I'm like their kid, so they put that book slightly differently. I know it sounds crazy. I do that. This day, they had that stuffed animal, another guy with a lizard stuffed animal near his penis, and then another guy with a frog and a dog, and then this one. They wanted me to think I was like inside of there. Believe it or not, those aren't humans. And it sounds crazy. Then they started putting like dolls everywhere. I mean, so that I would see it because they knew I was going to the stores. And then they put they had like dog diapers and stuff near the Jesus thing because it was good. No, I was going towards the aisle to take a picture of some of the candles, and that's a picture of me. I mean, it says in the Bible that I will have eyes of fire. I just don't have white hair. I mean, I don't know why someone would want to think I look like Jesus. I mean, look up a bunch of pictures of Jesus. I'm gonna look something like that. Like that? That looks like I mean, that's not literally a demon dog, but it might as well be at this point. And that guy had a lizard stuffed animal. It's all on the same day. If you can look at the video, it's all within a couple minutes of each other. They started, when I got a cane, they started carrying stuff like that around and canes around because they love copying me. It's like, they're so strange to study. It's insane. They started putting gloves on everywhere. And once I started noticing them putting on gloves, they started not putting on one gloves and they stopped putting gloves all over the ground, like one glove all over the ground everywhere to infer that they're pedophiles or to make me into a pedophile or entice me into. I mean, they're Illuminati. I mean, you never know what they're trying to do exactly. And then all of a sudden, people in the store. This is when the coronavirus was more wearing off, and all of a sudden, everyone in the stores started wearing two gloves, like as if it was work gloves. And I started seeing people shopping wearing gloves, and that wasn't normal. That wasn't happening 2 weeks before that. It's like because I was studying them, all this weird, strange stuff they were doing, and this is all in different days too. Sometimes they would like rearrange it like that. Start rearranging the books. I saw this, like dolls in different places. They were all rearranging the books. I could tell the books were moving. I was going there every day, so I was like documenting all of this. They want me to think I'm one of them. All the places you will go. They want me to think I'm gonna go to hell. I know it sounds crazy, but why would someone put buckets there near that? They want me to think that like I'm being bullied into being one of them, or I'll go to hell. These are the way. That's the way they think. They're different species. Putting stuffed animals everywhere, trying to touch their vaginas and butts, dyeing their hair all red, like stuff that like lots of people wouldn't notice. Like weird people just walking around. That's not a normal way to walk. Try walking like that. Try walking with your hands in front of you like that. Trust me, they weren't doing this before. I've always been documenting them. And they started doing weird stuff like this. Like, you should see my video where I do an hour and 17 minutes explain this whole thing and how it progressed from them not even trying to hunt me to hunting me full scale. And there's a lot more than you think. Either that or they have some sort of mind control where they can make people do all this stuff. I mean, who's rearranging all these books? Why is all the. If you see my other videos, you'd know I'm real. All these books and movies being rearranged and something to do with dogs and girls and missing and trying to intimidate me and all this weird, crazy stuff. Putting gloves everywhere. Like, everyone started dyeing their hair and putting girls' clothes in weird places. Um, that's kind of normal, but I still took a picture of it because I could tell it was one of them trying to like just be seen, trying to make me look and trying to look schizophrenic. They kept doing this. See, the Anita, mommy, and me. They want me to think that they could be my mom. They're manipulating me and trying to torture me. This is when I was back in Northern Massachusetts. I mean, is that not creepy? Is that normal? I don't think that's normal. Look at this is how long they've been doing weird stuff like that to me, knowing that only I will see it. Right after I saw that doll, the troll doll, all of a sudden I see this guy, like a day or two later. He has a bow tie on like a little girl? He's wearing a Baby Yoda shirt, a troll doll with a cross. Like, that just screams pedophile to me. Anyone else? Anyone else? Does that guy scream pedophile to anyone else besides me? Is that how normal? I mean, once in a while, I think seeing a guy like that would be normal. I mean, maybe he has mental illness or he's insane. But, I don't know. I mean, that with everything else that's going on, I would say that's not normal. In the girl aisle, there's just random gloves. There's no gloves in that aisle. That guy started having a Jesus shirt, and he has a bunch of like gender hormone stuff around him. And he has a sign that has like an H on it with two like lesbians or two like sexualized women. I swear to God, that's not a human. They're trying to pretend to be Jesus and trying to entice me into being like a lesbian or a little girl and the hopes that it'll make me sin. People with flowers everywhere. That was the same day. I was seeing people selling flowers. He's selling flowers, but he didn't get them from him. So it's just crazy. They want to literally bring me flowers to make me into a girl or like be like their dog or be like their son. They just keep lying to me, intimidating me. This is the day where he said, I was talking about being Jesus Christ, and he said, this is us. And what do you mean? And they said, have it your way. Because I was at Burger King. He was trying to intimidate me by talking about food stuff, like restaurant slogans, and I was at Burger King. Pretty crazy, I think. People walking around with one glove. Like, that's not normal. Why one glove? Like Michael Jackson? And this is another proof for how they talk to me. The door was locked. The one day I didn't have enough money for food was the one day where a 24-hour store that has a microwave, and all I had was $2 to buy some microwave food. There's a screw here, and then the door was locked because they wanted me to screw. People started wearing gloves in the stores, like I told you. They even had us, the store clerks, rearrange the store so near the guys' aisle where I was about to buy clothes had a bunch of girl clothes there, and I have it on video. They started carrying action figures everywhere around me and doing weird, strange stuff. Like, watch this. Like, try walking like that. Like I said, that other lady, they'll walk by me like that, like it's some sort of gang. Like it's some like the one glove weird walking gang with action figures and talking about girls and sin. They just don't understand how I won't believe them. Yet another sign about the dog stuff where all these Valentine's hearts are the same, except for two. Good vibes and woof you. Or woof you. Um, that's not normal, especially considering everything else that's going on. And there was one other one that was like purple and said like something else. But that means these are properly placed. So the people that work here are, it's not just the government, it's people actually in the the Illuminati isn't just the Illuminati. They're actually aliens, demonic aliens that walk around as civilians too. This guy was walking around with like some rope or something around him. Like he had like a weird rope thing right here that you could barely see. And I think he was trying to insinuate like he has me on my rope. And then this guy, sure dude, why not? I've heard about some other real Jesuses before. They come in packs. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, they are honestly the worst liars in the history of liars. I mean, they're sad, scared, and desperate literal demons that just don't understand why I would never ever believe in their lies. It's so obvious. They think they could corrupt me just as another human. Humans are a lot easier to corrupt. I'd be impossible to corrupt. They don't get it. Not just corrupt, but lie to. I know they're lying, maybe of con artists, demons. I mean, I don't know. Maybe other humans that are actually really human, not just half human, know they're demons and know they're evil and just trust them anyways, and they think I'll do the same thing. A commercial where a girl named Hayden is talking, and they know that one of the favorite numbers of God is 37, so they try and put 37 there. Putting ads all over the place with red hair and stuff like that. This girl says, I have a secret. I am Satan's daughter. And she has red hair. They want me to think I'm Satan's daughter too. But they're Jesus, so how am I Satan's daughter? I mean, they're lying is like throwing bologna at a wall trying to make it stick. They're trying to disguise themselves, and they don't know what'll make me believe in them. And then she says something, see you in the fire, honey. This was an energetic appearance. Like they're taunting me all over the place. On ads, they're trying to intimidate me. Trying to wear shirts that say God on it. When I'm talking about Lilo and Stitch, all of a sudden they have a shirt with someone that's named Lilo with two girls. Like I told you, they're trying to make me sin and think that they're God or think I can be God if I'm a girl. Any baloney that will stick they want. For a while, they were able to block it so I couldn't even talk to anyone. I was literally trying to reach out on every single site, even Omegle stopped working. Omegle chat sites didn't even work. I'm literally being shut down and targeted. I wouldn't even doubt it if people on YouTube are just them trying to make me think that there's humans watching it, and just once in a while a human will watch and only watch like 2 minutes of it, and that it's mostly just them. I mean, that's not too far fetched at this point, right? Now I can message people once I noticed what they were doing and started reporting on it. Then they stopped doing it, just like all the stuff around the stores. I couldn't even message myself. That means that anyone who's trying to message me, couldn't message me either. I mean, I literally look like a lot of pictures of Jesus. If you notice, when you think of Jesus, you probably think of brown hair. Well, look up Jesus Christ online. Really look around. A lot of the pictures, more than you would ever think of, red hair. Right next to the Jesus book. Again, like I said, this is only 10% of the evidence I have. It would take too long to do in one video. No one would want to watch it. I was on House, also there's ladies' sunglasses on House. Gloves everywhere. Spider-Man stuff, because someone might accuse me of being Spider-Man, like having these as paid actors or like me raging stuff around the store. They want me to think that they're my dad. The other day, before that, and then they have a cross here. See how they work? It looks normal, but if you really change and open your eyes, let me heal your blindness, which was a metaphor back then, by the way, you would see what's really going on. They're trying to pretend to be me and my dad. Gloves. You want to put 666 everywhere and an eye. People with red hair. People start dyeing their hair red everywhere. It wasn't like this like about a month and a half ago. A month ago. It was more and more and more and more and more. Like, try walk like I get that once in a while someone might stand and walk like that, but like imagine walking like that everywhere you go. And it's like more and more, you started noticing more and more people do that. More and more people started dyeing their hair red. Imagine seeing food that you might get or would want to get all rearranged across the store everywhere. And then imagine seeing like movies and books like that seem to be like telling you to be a girl or a dog. When you really think about the Illuminati and how they might communicate with someone, and try to pretend to be my dad in front of me and dog. I mean, try to pretend to be my dad and be me and all this crazy, crazy stuff. And if you look at my videos, some of it sound crazy. And believe it or not, I got them to do all this to me by my weird, strange mental psychological tactics, where I pretended to be way weaker and dumber than I was, and they thought that I would get like amnesia and stuff. I know it sounds crazy, but with everything else, why not? Why wouldn't you believe me? Especially if I was Jesus. And imagine seeing a bunch of stuffed animals everywhere, and seeing there was a book about a girl and a book about a dog. They were right next to each other, and then they started like rearranging the books, like I told you before. This isn't normal. All of a sudden, there's stuffed animals in the baby carriages. They started putting dogs in baby carriages and walking them by me, dyeing everyone's hair red. This isn't normal. This Miami wasn't like this. Now it's like a haunted town that is literally just haunting me. That's all from what, me saying I'm Jesus and talking about the government. All of a sudden now Miami's haunted. Right when I started talking about how they want me to be a little girl and a dog, I know it sounds funny. It sounds almost comedic. And I laugh at it too sometimes, but if you really think about what's going on, it wouldn't be funny. Now that guy and that guy, now this, now that morning at around 10 o'clock, maybe a little earlier, I heard the guy telling little girls and little dogs, and I was like, wait, what? And it was a female dog he was talking about, and I was like, oh, you're talking about dogs? And something crazy happened, and then all of a sudden I go over here, a couple hours later, and that guy starts telling little girls and um chihuahuas or something crazy. I mean, this was like a month ago. This was barely even when they were starting to attack me. And then over here, where you can see this guy, now there's a table over here, a small one like this, and they were talking about female chihuahuas, or I think maybe at that time it was a male chihuahua. I was interrogating him, asking him directions. He said he had a torture business on camera, like a Freudian slip, like he was trying to say a tolling business, but he accidentally said torture business, and it's all on camera. And I just wonder why no one in the world would ever. I'm starting to think that my YouTube is like I'm blacklisted from the internet. No human, I think, because a human, I think, would be like, but would call me 978-715-5036. I mean, there's no reason, even if you're in the government watching me, there's no reason not to call me. This is a little demonic invasion. You're gonna be on their side, they lose. I mean the NSA. I mean, I've tried literally searching up bad stuff that would have to get me watched by the government just to be able to report on these people, and nothing yet. I think humans are too brainwashed. I would consider it literally brainwashed. You're looking at evidence of demons right in front of you. Right when I start saying they want me to turn to a little girl and a dog, all of a sudden that guy's talking about little chihuahuas because I call them chihuahuas. Today in my hospital bed because I had to get a surgery, the guy came in, the nurse that's always acting suspicious, call me buddy. All of a sudden he starts talking about. He said, "Oh, I'm on the phone with the FBI now. It says you've been summoned." And then all of a sudden he starts going, "Oh yeah, you like penis? Yeah, you'll be getting that." And then I said, "Who are you on the phone with?" I started interrogating him. I said, "Who are you on the phone with?" And he said, "I have it on camera. Don't worry, I have it on." I said, "Who are you on the phone with?" He said, "Oh, some moron." Because I always say to them, I'll always be like, "Oh, I'm on the phone with someone I'm studying. I'm trying to get them not to go to hell forever. And they have like mental challenges or something." Because I'm trying to talk to them in a way where it's like if it was up to me to forgive them, and it will be, uh, then I just want them to stop hurting humans and stop hurting me and get out of positions of power and like somehow maybe die, put them to peace. I mean, I don't want demons. I don't want anyone in pain, even demons, because I'm Jesus Christ. Love thy enemy, love thy neighbor. Thou shalt not judge. Forgiveness is a virtue. I mean, all that biblical stuff, and they just hunt me and torture me. They want to turn me into a literal pup play dog, little girl, make me sin, make me the sacrifice. Have you ever heard of Moloch, the child god sacrificer? That's what they are literally doing to me, all for no reason. They want like an innocent sacrifice, and I'm pretty sure the government would have to be on it. If you know everything that's been happening to me, there's no reason why the NSA can't watch me, unless they have someone at the NSA that's their job is to watch me. Or have you ever looked up Edward Snowden? I mean, you should see a guy that commented, and he literally said stuff like my inner circle is after you. Watch out. I've been trying to find that, but I've been tangenting off. I mean, this is already. If I were to go through all the evidence I have, it would take too long. It's already 46 minutes. It's like no one has the time to save the world. All that would have to happen is a bunch of humans just rise up and just stop caring about money, stop caring about work, and just stop going to work. Stop going to work, stop taking the buses and trains, and everyone, like, imagine if every single person just went to Miami. Like every single person in America just flew to Miami over the like it would be all over the news all around the world. Millions of people in Miami walking around looking for demons. I mean, why not? There's no reason not to. I mean, they're literally infecting and infesting. They rape and torture children. They're poisoning me. I mean, if they're pretending, whoever they're working with, that I'm a little girl and a dog and their son and daughter, and they want to torture and molest me and do all this crazy stuff, then why wouldn't a bunch of people? I'm saying that the military should be called. The actual real Air Force should be flying over. Have you ever seen Simpsons? The movie, the Simpsons movie, where the government has to put a dome over the city. That's what should be happening here. Have you ever seen the video where I interrogated the guy? There's two videos where I interrogated two people, and they were both so suspicious and guilty. And one of them had an action figure in his hand, and the other one was scared of like this cartoon character that reminds him of me. I can go more in depth on all this, and I have. But what I need is for people to understand that this is literally a threat to global security. Even if the government's watching me, why wouldn't they be on my side? You think demons are gonna protect you when they're torturing someone they pretend is their son? There's even signs in music. Now, I don't want to get too out of the box here, but trust me, I can prove that they're real in so many ways. I would have seen someone to actually call me. Why not? I mean, this is the stuff someone would have to understand in order to understand me. To understand and see what I see, you'd probably have to understand some of this, because even religion will blind you. Religion will tell you I'm just some false messiah. Why? How do you know? Religion will tell you that I must be the Antichrist. How come? How come the first guy that says he's Jesus has to be the Antichrist? You don't think the Illuminati's been waiting for me? They have to. It's like I would need someone that's into religion, psychology, history, politics, everything. I mean, this is advanced stuff that most people wouldn't understand or even think is important, but it's some of the most important stuff in all of history. So, please, can anyone do me a favor? Even if you want to argue with me, I'd rather debate. But I mean, I don't know what you humans are like anymore. It seems like you guys are too ignorant to even want to talk. Just like you just want to make up your own answers and pretend I'm not real and not right just because then you can feel superior. and you can feel better, and you feel safer. I mean, that's not okay. You guys are turning a blind eye, just like what happened in Nazi Germany. You guys are turning a blind eye, just like happened in communist Russia and all over the world, witch hunts. I mean, you guys are just pretending. It seems like people, like a human, just sees what I see and is like, whatever. I mean, I don't see how a human couldn't see what I see. So either they're turning a blind eye, or no human has ever seen my videos, and they have me blacklisted on the internet, and I just think people watch my videos because it's just them. It's just them all watching my videos, and they comment and make it look like my channel is getting like views and sorts of stuff like that. I mean, not being able to message people on Facebook. Sometimes it says I can't add a friend, and it says because I don't know them. Is it possible to think outside the box and think creatively and think maybe they made it so that I can't message humans? If they're in control of Facebook and they control the one world government, why couldn't they just make it so I can't message anyone on Facebook? I mean, it seems suspicious how everyone I talk to doesn't even care. If someone messaged you and said they looked like Jesus and said that they could, well, no people haven't seen me, but still, if someone messaged you and said they have 100% proof of Jesus Christ and God, you wouldn't pick at it. You wouldn't ask any questions. You would just say, you would just give like an automatic response. That's what it feels like people are doing. Like they're NPCs. You ever heard that conspiracy theory that like there's human NPCs out there? That's what it feels like. Everyone just has a pre-programmed response, like you false messiah, Antichrist, many will call my name, and they don't say anything after that. That's it. Like humans will literally say, um, or supposedly humans will say, many will call in my name. He said, okay, well, what if it was me? What if it was me? Like when I said that, I didn't exactly mean when I come to just ignore me. That's kind of stupid. I was warning about anyone who just is like saying they're me, but in all honesty, I was talking with the government. But now humans just won't talk to me either. You're just gonna not ask for evidence. Just because I said something doesn't mean to not ask me for evidence. I mean, you guys all expect some guy who could turn water into wine and bread fall from the sky. When those are metaphors for me making people eat less in order to be more grateful and give out food and make people see God, understand God better, and heal their blindness and turn water into wine to make them not need wine as much. Those are all just metaphors. If I could turn water into wine and make bread fall from the sky, it'd be a lot easier. Even last time, why would I only have that many disciples? You don't think I would have like thousands, millions of disciples maybe? Not millions, but thousands? So, I don't know. Let's just see if someone will actually call me or do something.